All right, let's dive in right here. Joc Pederson, 321, 6 homers, 10 RBIs. Okay? San Francisco Giants do it in a variety of different ways. They beat you with their entire roster. And offensively, they haven't been banging the ball by any stretch of the imagination. Brandon Crawford went deep early last night, but there's some guys in the lineups that are hitting into a little unluckiness. You got the Darren Ruffs of the world. But Joc seems to be the guy. And by the way, the LA fans not treating him the way I thought he would get a little bit of a curtain call, but he's been getting a spattering of boos every time he comes up to the plate.
Hey, once you're out of there, you're out of there.
I know, but I figured he'd be one of those guys that could put on both uniforms and it not be that big a deal. When Farhan Zaidi brought him in this offseason, 1 year, $6 million, perfect fit, kid from the area. But I wanted to dive in on the fact that if you're going to win championships, it takes guys like Joc Pederson on your roster to have big moments, and he's done it from jump. When he came in with the Dodgers, this was a guy coming out of the minor leagues, by the way. Take a look at his baseball reference. He destroyed the minor leagues. Big-time power, big-time prospect with the Dodgers. And then what happens? You got to assimilate into a role. They start running out like what Robert used to refer to as 2 different lineups at you. So the depth kind of puts him in a different spot. He goes to Atlanta last year. Let's dive in. But if we focused on 2022, S-Rod, bring up the slug leaderboard. We talk about Xander Bogaerts. Take a look at this. 2022 slugging percentage leaders, minimum 60 plate appearances. Taylor Ward is in an absolute tree right now. You miss over the heart of the plate, he's taking you deep.
That bomb he hit yesterday was unbelievable.
Every stitch.
Oh, my goodness.
Every stitch of it. And then you have Byron Buxton, the game's greats right now. Nolan Arenado, Buxton. But look who's slotting a little bit above Mike Trout. Joc Pederson. So I want to dive into why he's able to do this. Okay, let's get into the video a little bit. See if he's changed anything. Okay, first off, 2 good guys to pick the brains of back when you're a rookie coming up in 2015 with the Dodgers. You got Mark McGwire and you got my hero as a kid, Don Mattingly. Left-handed hitter, you think he's picking Donnie Baseball's brain on how to manipulate the ball up the middle the other way. And then Mark McGwire, how do I just absolutely destroy baseballs? Get count leverage, start sitting on things, start cheating at things. So to come up with the Dodgers, to have that coaching staff, to have those players, certainly had to help him and breed confidence. But this was the difference maker for me. Can you do it? Because I could pull a lot of guys out of AAA that can come up on May 2nd, maybe run into a 2 for 4 at PNC with a spattering of fans there. But can you do it on the biggest stages? Pause this. When the entire world is watching. And he has proven time and time and time again that he's able to slow it down. You played in postseason.
Hey, you want him up in big situations.
It ain't easy.
When you have a teammate like that, to where he's been around the block a little bit, but you can trust when the playoffs come around, he's able to take it to that next level. He's able to flip that switch. And he's able to have fun doing the game and talk his trash and let you know, hey, we're out here to kick y'all's behind. And he's going to go out there and back it up. I love it.
And there's a lot of guys that are not like that. There's a lot of guys that maybe don't want that big moment. Bring up his splits board before we dive into this tri-screen right here. I mean, take a look at this. Plate appearances between 18 and 19. And then he kind of fell off a little bit, kind of regrouped in Atlanta, and really the whole pearl necklace thing caught fire. And he was hitting big bombs off Adrian Hauser, putting him on his back. But his slugging percentage is back in a big way. His OPS plus is back in a big way, 100th league average. He was always about 26% above it. Then he dipped 10% below, and now he's almost double your big league average. So bring up the tri-screen real quick. See why. Were you a tinkerer at the plate?
Oh, my goodness.
You are?
I went from leg kick to foot down early to trying to open up to trying to keep my hips closed. I was always looking for a feel. And it wasn't, you can look at all the old video you want to. I'm sure Joc, he looks at his 2018 video, and you try to do the same thing, but when you get in the box and you're trying to replicate that, your body is just a couple years older. Your hammy may feel a little different, your hips may feel a little different, and you just can't find that same feel. So what you do is you modify. And it's always a modification that's happening. It's only a few guys that can go out there and do the same thing day in, day out.
It's crazy. Derek Jeter say did the same thing day in, day out, used the same bat. I did the exact same thing. I used the same bat my first day at Eugene, Oregon in short season A-ball that I used the last day I retired. I stood in the same spot in the box every game of my entire life. No, I would have done it a little bit differently. Michael Young talks about the fact that you got to tinker and you can't go back more than 2 or 3 years because your body's not the same.
Right.
You want to fall in love with this player, but you're never getting back to this cat.
That's so true.
Okay, so what do you see from Joc Pederson? 2018, I mean, he's much more wide open right now.
Big time.
Look at the lower half. He's more squatted into his legs. Atlanta, he was a little taller, and he had success here. So the kids at home, don't be afraid to manipulate your stances. Try different things.
But the common thing you see, D-Ro, he always keeps his hands pretty nice and tight to him. He wants to keep his hands on the inside of the ball, don't want to get too far away from himself. So although his legs are changing, his hips even open up a little bit in 2022, he still keeps his hands nice and snug to him.
And one thing that the numbers do not lie about, run it real quick, this guy could always smash a fastball. You couldn't throw it hard enough to Joc Pederson that he couldn't get there and put some slug on it. But in the early going of 2022, starting to have a little success also against some off-speed stuff. And he always striked me as an aggressive hitter coming to the plate, not someone that was that was a huge bomb. Run that back real quick. Take a look at the bug right here. We're top 8, 1-0 losing in a 1-0 count, and he is getting mocked by 2 or 3 dudes in the stands right here, talking a lot of smack. And the minute he hit this baseball, he didn't even take a look at where it was landing. He turns right to these fans. Watch.
Let's run that back one more time, D-Ro. Just a little bit. Can we run that back?
I love that.
Right here. Pause when he's into his load. Just a little more forward.
Look at him on his backside.
Right here. I mean,
Bang, stop.
right there. That's a move. That's a spot that he was able to get to no matter where he started in any of those years. All those swings, he's getting to this gather and getting his hips squared to the plate very early on. And this is his moment, his time to recognize what pitch is coming, but he's gathered and he's ready to literally pounce on whatever you come in the zone with. I love his swing.
And what I love about him is he's so original. Who's going, run that back for me real quick. Right there. Who's going mid-shin ruffled pants?
That's like my pants right now.
Nobody's doing that. It looks like your school pants.
The jogger baseball pant is back.
doing it.
I love it.
He doesn't care. He is super original. Run this for me real quick. And the one thing that jumps out at me, and it jumped out at Eric Nays when he dove into the research of Joc Pederson a little bit more, we talk about being aggressive in the zone. Look at him. Look at these people. Woo! So pause this. So he starts a little bit wider than he used to. He was feeling frisky. Might have put on a couple LBs a little bit.
I think he got a little more confidence
big
in play.
spread.
A little more confidence in playing in 2022. He knows that I have time as long as I get ready early and often.
But what you're going to notice is pause. I want you to take a look, and you'll see this when a lot of kids get in trouble at home and see why you notice the overstriding, right? What does overstriding do? You get off your backside and you're not as in a powerful position anymore. So we talk about him getting to the inside of that back knee with the leg kick. So just look at the distance between his 2 feet. Now I want you to run this to foot contact. 2022. I mean, he's tightened everything up. Much shorter to the baseball. It's up. You think he's going to reach, and then it goes right down.
Oh, that's pretty right there.
Pause that, right? Get me back to foot contact and then pause it real quick. I mean, you're in your most powerful position. You got to think of delivering a punch, right? Are you going to, I'll slide on this. Are you going to deliver a punch out here?
Just
like
sliding
this?
on that.
I know. Or are you going to deliver it in tight? Bang. So Joc's getting his swing off. He's aggressive. Bring up the last board. Swing decisions. Look at first pitch percentage. I mean, he was about 25%. He might ambush you. He's almost 50-50.
And when I see that number go up like that, it doesn't mean that you can just hit the fastball. It means that you're in a good position to hit to where you go up there like, I'm in a 2-0 count. And if he comes and tries to just lay something over the plate, no matter if it's a heater or if it's a breaking ball, I'm in a good position to be able to fire at this pitch, and I'm confident that, hey, I'm ready to go. I don't need to see a whole lot of pitches. Let's get on and get after it right now.
Look at this one, and then we'll end it. Middle swing percentage. 72%, right around there, hovering.
Wow.
95, so he's aggressive within the zone. He's not wasting much time. He's in a better position to hit. He's got confidence for days. He doesn't care what you think of him.
I love it. I can't wait. I want to go.
Kind of like you.
You're right. I want to go into the cage right now.
Okay.